Hello and welcome back to the tutorial. In the previous video we have created a few vectors which you can still see in the global environment, and I would now like to combine those under a single data structure. In R we can do this using the data.frame function and using our vectors as inputs to this function. I would like to save this under a new variable called music data. As you can see, this creates kind of a new section in our global environment called data, and it knows that we have 10 observations and 6 variables. The 10 observations correspond to the 10 rows in the vectors, and the 6 variables corresponds to the 6 vectors we have combined. We can expand here to see that this is kind of the same as the vectors we have down here. By just calling the name of this new data structure, the entire data frame is returned with the column names as headers and then just the values as the rows. We can also just return a subset either of rows or of columns. If we want to return all the rows, we can leave the first argument in this square bracket operator here blank and just assign which of the columns we want to return. So in this case 2, 3, and 4, as you can see here. Alternatively, we can specify a vector of column names and again pass it as the second argument to this operator in order to return columns, and leave the first one blank in order to return all the rows. If we also want to subset rows, we can specify a numeric argument here, for example 1 to 5, to return the first 5 rows, and again we can specify column names to return only those columns. Another way of subsetting is using logical operations. This is a row-wise operation, and therefore we specify it in the row part of the argument. For example, if we want to return all the columns, we leave the second one blank, and we only want to return rows where the explicit variable is equal to explicit. So now we can see only the ones that are explicit here are returned. We can also say something like we only want those observations returned where we have more than 100,000 streams, or only the observation of a specific artist. Another way of subsetting is using the subset function that uses as a first argument the data structure we have created, and the second argument the logical operation by which we would like to subset. This is of course equivalent to what we've done up here with the explicit argument. We can also create a new data structure or data frame using this subsetting operation. For example, if we want a data frame that only includes dance music, we can subset by the genre variable equal dance and assign this to a new variable called music data dance. As you can see here, now we only have dance music in this new data structure, and we have created another data structure in our global environment. If this is really not what we wanted to do and we want to get rid of this dance music data frame again, we can call rm and using music data dance as the input, and this will remove it from our global environment. Thank you very much for watching. This is it for this tutorial.